Google Hangout test 1.0. And let's see here. Links, event page, YouTube page. Let's see what happens when we do this. We're just going to go for it and see what happens here. So the way I've got it set up is that my webcam microphone is what's working on the video here. So I've got my studio mic for the show and my webcam mic working for this. So I'm going to throw this out here and let people tune in, and we'll see how this works. Yep. Go ahead and test it out. Yes. Yep. That's his theme song. Yep. I love this. We can throw that in with Doc Rob if you want, because now Dr. Oz, he was on with Larry King on Larry King's show. So, yes, Dr. Oz has now gone the way of Sanjay Gupta. Yep. One of the rare times I think we've opened with country music on this show. You know what? I've never been a fan of country music. It was just one of those things growing up. I was the hardcore, heavy metal, long hair, ear pierced rock and roll listening kind of teenager. So, sorry, sorry. It's nothing personal, but not voluntarily anyway. All right, guys who are watching the video feed, I haven't got the show piped into the video feed yet, but we're just testing out running the video and the show at the same time. So apologize for the silence here, but we're working on that aspect of it. But we just want to see how it's working with doing behind the scenes video and doing a simulcast that way. So thanks for your patience. Not too exciting here when Robert's talking because I'm not saying anything, but we'll figure out how to get the video and the audio streaming over the internet at the same time. Oh. Wow. 10 million. You would think with a 10 million, they'd almost have to give her like an IV drip or something, wouldn't they? Alright guys, just testing out the video here. I've got my mic muted right at the moment, so I'm not going out over the air, but appreciate you staring at me in silence. I know this is not very exciting, but we just wanted to test the video out, just looking for your feedback. Looks like it's doing okay.
Inhibiting drugs, this particular form of an SSRI, you know of the Prozacs, that this one is Celexa. They say because it somehow attacks plaque in the brain, which, by the way, is a normal part of neurodevelopment, neurofunctioning. It's just that when there's excessive plaque, they say that these things like Alzheimer's manifest. But there's no discussion of aluminum here at all. Now, I wonder, because we know Prozac is a fluoride-based molecule, if it's the same for Celexa, which is in the same family of SSRI drugs, would that also increase, as we know fluoride does, the uptake of heavy metals in the body, the brain, the nervous system? And that is where we see the reality of neural destruction. We've covered that for years here on the Robert Scott Bell Show. But they're actually arguing that giving SSRI drugs to someone who's not even depressed, not that they would give, I would give it to a depressed person either, is the key maybe to break down this buildup of amyloid. Again, realizing that it's a normal process, so that means if they're giving it to you to prevent Alzheimer's, you're going to destroy normal neurological function and pathways. You see why I see this as a medical monstrosity waiting to happen. SSRIs to prevent Alzheimer's. And of course, Alzheimer's is often induced by statin drugs, another medical monstrosity that I'm not even going to get into further, except to say that higher cholesterol means you'll live longer and have less cognitive impairment later in life. Now here's the third one on my mix of medical monstrosity. We're making good progress in a lot of areas, but these medical doctors are like Nazi German doctors, the way they, you know, the Nazi Germany kind of concepts of experimenting on you and telling you it's for your own good. This is for all of our friends that are supposedly at risk for AIDS because people still believe that HIV causes it. They still believe that it's been isolated. The next advocacy by federal health officials is to go on a drug regimen called Truvada. Not because you have AIDS or because they even pretend that you have HIV, but because you might be at risk, because you might not use a condom, because you might be exposed to something they have never isolated. And so they say, go on this drug, which, by the way, costs $13,000 a year, and would, if this is put into place by the federal officials, include a 50-fold increase in the number of prescriptions for this drug. Pre-exposure prophylaxis, they call this.
PrEP.
They're targeting.
They've changed it to a new name. PrEP.
PrEP. And they're targeting gay men for elimination. This is an all-out, overt assault on gay men. This is genocide for the homosexual community. To promote the use of a drug that could kill a healthy person, to use to prevent the phantom infection from the phantom retrovirus known as HIV. By the way, immune deficiency is real. It's caused by a whole host of things, not the phantom retrovirus that you can never isolate, find, or kill because we don't even know if it exists. Because the test for it is nonspecific, cross-reactive. It is not one thing that they test. We don't know, and you don't know, what an HIV-positive test even really means. Now, we got to talk about donuts. That's right. I don't know how to
Yay!
donuts, but we've got to. Some of you, it'll make you happy. For others, there might be a donut depression lurking in your future. We better get to the bottom of this before it happens. What do you say? Stick around. The Robert Scott Bell Show rocks on after this.
Live around the world. The Robert Scott Bell.
How was that? Was it too deliberate?
Deliberate?
It was an intense opening with those three stories.
Yes, it was. That's okay.
It was,
And just so you know, Robert, we are live on Google Hangout right now.
Wow, I'm not. You can't see me.
Can't see you, but can hear you. So don't say any bad things about people. They can hear you right now.
Well, like you said, we like to start off shiny, happy some days, but today wasn't that day.
Yes.
I mean, like I said, we can get overly confident
There you
in
go.
the positive progress we're making. But I really wanted to point out these three pieces of news stories from the medical community that shows how dangerous they are if you let your guard down.
Yes, it was.
What they will do.
That's okay. And just so you know, Robert, we are live on Google Hangout right now. Yeah, okay. It's working. What I did was I took the webcam and I put it over on the laptop where I'm connected, and it's picking up the audio from the laptop.
Oh, cool.
How cool is that?
Excellent. All right.
You're like,
I don't know what to make of that. Matt, everything okay back at the studio?
Yep, everything's fine.
Okay, do we have a crossfade coming into this segment? Don't think so, right?
no, we do not.
Okay, we got the next one would be Master Bong at the bottom of the hour. Did he confirm bottom of the hour? No
Yes. Master Bong is confirmed.
Let me. The thing is that some days we're so there's so many stories to review. I'll only be able to skim some stories, but I felt I really got to the heart of those three to start the show today.
How cool is that? You're like,
I don't know what to make of it.
okay.
All right, did you blast those three stories out?
Yeah, doing that now. I was messing with the setup here.
And I got the story. I got the picture of the medication thing. I put it as the key picture for the show today.
Cool.
All right, so we got the 12 sugary breakfast cereals and new donuts cause depression.
All right. Over a minute to go.
Okay. Their diet is making us crazy. Wow. Diet and mental health. Post association results. Rich and qualified.
Can't hear the show's point. All right. DS Glass. Yes. For those of you watching on Google Hangout, there are moments of silence here. This is our first test run of trying this. Just wanted to make sure the video is working okay, which it appears to be working just fine. And I've sort of got the audio happening here. We are on a break right now, so you're not hearing any show stuff. So it's imperfect setup here with some pretty cool technology, but we'll get things dialed in. So appreciate.
Nobody better be dissing on Super Don because you're doing a fantastic job.
Here he comes to save the day.
Exactly.
All right. So I think the next phase of this will be to get you dialed in as well, so that way they'll be able to hear both sides.
Okay, so they can't hear me talking?
They can only hear you through the speakers on my laptop right now. All right, here we go. Coming back.
Okay. All right. A little economic healing, is it? Or is it emotional healing right now? I'm confused by this story. It wasn't Ben Bernanke that caused the depression. It was the donut. The donut depression. By the way, on those 3 stories, you know, it was pretty intense. I feel like I did a doggy downer to open the show today. And yet, I think it's a responsible thing to do once in a while to point out that, yeah, we're making progress. It's great, but then again, don't reach for the donut to celebrate.
Step away from the donut.
Now, we know this is sort of like a moment of duh that the diet affects the mood. The diet can impact depression, can actually bring it on. This story off of Fox News is, do donuts cause depression? Now, let me just tell you an experience I had about a half hour before the show, maybe an hour before the show today. My wife dutifully cooking, I want to say muffins or not, they're cupcakes, because there's a bake sale at the school. And of course, we're the only one that provides organic baked goods, but still, it's not part of my normal diet. And I had just eaten, I don't know what, I just ate something really good. And then my wife came in and handed me, while I was on the phone with somebody, helping them out, one of these cupcakes cut in half, no frosting, and I ate it. It was like a drug. It was like a drug. I'm not used to eating that. It was like, holy moly, I got this warm sensation.
Wow.
I'm like, this is not good, honey. I can't do this. You talk about it, and that's an organic version of something that we would consider a junk food. But now, you know, they have these pictures. Of course, it's not just the sugar. The fine carbs are bad enough, but then you also got the chemical crap storms that are in what's on it and the frosting. But they're acknowledging now the role of the dietary shift, negative dietary shift, feeding imbalanced the bacteria. And of course, where is the serotonin produced? Most of it's right in the gut, the bacteria. And so they target your brain and your nerves with these drugs, and they destroy even further the healthy, beneficial bacteria that could keep you a shiny, happy person without the donuts. Now, I guess maybe the donut depression could be either way. You eat them, you're depressed. You don't get to eat them, you're depressed because you really want them. But if you have those cravings, remember GTF chromium, the glucose tolerance factor form of chromium from food. It's ripped from most food, so you have to supplement. We use the innate response that we get from Jonathan at ChooseToBeHealthy.com. ChooseToBeHealthy.com. Jonathan can be reached at 866-424-1077. 866-424-1077. And we write about it, thanks to our good friend Christopher Barr, in the book, Unlock the Power to Heal. Unlock the Power to Heal. So there we go. Donut depression. I think we made it through that. And then we moved on to breakfast cereals. Super Don, you and I are of the breakfast cereal generation. Let's admit it. Is it true, or is it just me?
Indeed. Breakfast cereal was almost like an event in the morning when you got up, because you had these super awesome, fun, exciting breakfast cereals with superheroes and cartoon characters, and they tasted like dessert.
Yes, I mean, great way to start the day. Oh, why is little Johnny bouncing off the wall? Well, he had Super Sugar Crisps. What do they call them now? They're not called Super Sugar Crisps anymore, are they?
No, it was Golden Crisp.
Sugar Smacks.
Or Sugar.
Honey Smacks.
There's so many different ones. Yeah, I mean this article is crazy. When I saw the numbers on this, they call them Honey Smacks now, but they were Sugar Smacks when we were kids.
That's right. Sugar is a bad word. Honey is a good word, so we call them Honey Smacks. Is there honey in it? Not sure, but there's plenty of sugar. How much sugar? And by the way, we're the generation, since we grew up on these cereals, we grew up and we're like, hey, let's have cereal for dinner too, or late night snack.
Oh yeah.
It's a mess.
I am guilty. Guilty as charged.
Yeah. And I have shared my embarrassing cereal stories from eating Frankenberry as a child. When I looked behind me, it was magenta coming out of me. It's like, that's not right. That's just not right. But the sugary cereals, oh my gosh, you think 5%, 10% sugar. I mean, how much do you need? Kellogg's Honey Smacks, 50%, 56% sugar. I've never heard Malto Meal Golden Puffs. They're 56%.
Yeah.
Mom's Best cereals, Honey Full Wheats at 56%. I mean, Post Golden Crisp, those were sugar crisp too. They're now 52%.
Yeah.
I mean, 50, and it's even worse the store brand.
The store, and that's the crazy thing. You'd think that like the national brand would be higher in sugar. No, the store brand. There's one store brand here called Lieber's, which I'm not familiar with, but they have something called Cocoa Frosted Flakes and sugar by weight.
Just melt it into a spoon.
88%.
Right? Inject it into the arms of your children. No! No! And you know, I saw a picture, I think our friend Roseanne Lindsay posted, of a nutritionist convention. Guess what they were being served for lunch? Mickey D's, McDonald's.
Woohoo!
They weren't really nutritionists. They were dietitians posing as nutritionists. They probably had donuts for breakfast. Okay. We got to get to Master Bong. Hopefully he's not eating donuts, but we're going to talk to him after this.
You say that masked man was? It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Robert Scottville.
That is unbelievable sugar content. All right, how we get Master Bong on?
Supposed to be calling in.
We still on, Matt? It's so quiet.
Yep, we're still here.
The light on, man. It's really dark here for the day. I think we got some serious storms coming. Okie dokie. Where's Don?
I'm here.
Radar screen.
No, I'm here.
Okay. How we get Master Bong on?
He is calling in. We're supposed to be.
Okay.
I'm going to text him right now.
He could be on Jamaica time.
All right.
Oh, I need to get into the snap. Sorry about that, Matt.
All right, he's calling in. He may be calling in just before we go to air.
Okay. Any particular stories you want to hit with him?
I think we're just going to try and intro him. One of the things that we did not talk about last night that he showed an interest in was that Denver crime story.
Yes.
I think we can do, we can talk about, who he is.
I think that's a great angle to get.
Okay. Also, he's the MacGyver of pot.
He's the MacGyver of pot. He should be the guy, raking the streets of crime, cannabis crime, right?
Like a superhero?
Right, yeah.
There you go. All right.
Wow, it's pouring down now. The heavens have opened up.
Pouring rain, huh?
Yeah. All right, so we did the breakfast cereals. We got
Remember, we've got his crossfade coming in.
Oh, thank you for reminding me. I would have forgotten. I've got it. It's ready. So, Matt, you tell me, count me, or just say go, and I'll press play, and we'll crossfade come in.
If we don't have him when we go to air,
yeah,
let's hold off and wait until we do to play that.
Okay. All right. So let's find out if we
Whose
have.
number is this?
That's his, just in case we absolutely need it. But he's supposed to be calling in. He just texted me, so let's give him a chance to call in. We can start off without him if we need to.
His name.
And read scores of testimonials from satisfied customers. And we've never increased our price in over 10 years. That makes Heart and Body Extract as great a value now as it was the first day we sold it. A healthy heart is a happy heart. Call 866-295-5305 or go to hbextract.com.